Hello，小伙伴们，大家好，欢迎来到这个《天国拯救2游戏攻略》这期视频。我们是主线狮子巢穴。我们第一步是向杰仕卡询问下一步计划啊。他就算睡觉也能给他拉起来啊。然后我们出发剧情。
I bring bad news from Kuttenberg. Eric's soldier. Fortunately, we saved most of the people.
Fuck. Where are they now?
Samuel and the rabbi took those who survived to Colleen.
Shit. We have to find Dry Devil and Cape. Come on, there's no... Right, gentlemen. I think it's clear to all of you what a shitty fucking mess we're in. We were caught off guard at Rabosh.
And they nearly fucking kill us all.
Yes, and they attacked the Jewish quarter.
Thanks a lot for reminding.
At least Henry here and Kubienka got most of the people out.
That's true. Good work, men.
A few unruly townsfolk with...
Too fucking right. They thought they'd loot and torch the whole place, but we scared...
It is nice that you found my people's suffering so entertaining. But what I want to know...
Well, what do you have in mind?
We shouldn't give up. That's the main thing.
Except that Sigismund has the League of Lords and a whole fucking army. And what do we have? Fuck all! Come on, lads. Jobst will bring his army soon.
It might take weeks for them to arrive. Von Berghoff will have found and caught. We have to get rid of Von Berghoff. It's because of him that we're in the situation we're in, after all.
You mean in the shit, Sir Hans? No.
Sir Hans here is right. It's starting to piss me off the way Von Berghoff's been stringing us along all this time.
That fucker is Sigismund's right hand. So we'll chop it off.
Why kill him? You know what the hands on weak. You all fucking daft. Von Berger was holed up in Malashov, so unless...
Oh, that's true. To take a cost like that, we'd need a dozen men, ladders, and maybe also a trebuchet or cannon.
There's no maybe about it. We'd certainly need...
So we steal the one von Berghoff, use at Nebakov.
Well, why don't we just steal all the silver from the... Use your head before you open your mouth.
Hang on. Maybe Janosch's idea isn't all...
How do you mean?
I recently sent Catherine to spy on Sigismund's military camp near Opatovitz. She told me Von Berghoff has his camp, but it seems things are getting a bit out of hand there. So the Prague regiment he's in charge, and it might not be that well guarded.
So we'll steal it, right? We'll wait till they go through some ravine, and we'll shoot at them from the rocks.
I see you've learned something from me. But it's not that simple. What we need is for one of us to get amongst the Pragas, so he can keep...
And if we succeed? What then? There's 5.5 of us. Even with a camp.
So you'd rather hide and ambush Flower Wagon?
No, bullshit, Turko. Yes, just
I know going up against Von Berghoff is dangerous, but we have to try...
Dangerous, my arse. It's suicide.
That's enough. Von Berghoff has to die. Painfully. And above all, as soon... And if there are not enough of you...
Well, well. That's a sight for... Why the fuck didn't you show us that earlier?
Where did you get such a fortune? After what happened?
People in Kolin decided to help. They are looking after our refugees and want...
So that's why you...
Well, we can't take it. Your people...
Drop the courtesies, please. All I want is to get von Berghoff at knife point.
If you will permit, monsieur, I might be able to contribute. I know a few they may not be la cavalerie royale, but for such a purse, they will...
A company of mercenaries, a surprise attack, and a cannon in reserve. We could do something with it.
No, not so fast.
Then we'll fucking get it. We'll find a good spot for an ambush, and send someone... What about you, Henry? You'll get yourself recruited into the Prague regiment, and...
I was afraid you'd never ask. I can just see the look on Von Berghoff's...
That's settled then. Catherine will tell you all you need to know. You'll find her in the meantime, Ada here can go to... A lot of soldiers need a lot to eat. We'll have to stock up.
I'll go hunting. This tavern's a bit crammed for my life.
And what are we going to do?
We're going to prepare a warm welcome.
What do you say, Sir Hinek?
Well, what the fuck are you all sitting here for? Didn't...
那接下来时间调到第2天的话，然后这边汉斯卡彭有一个小任务，这个任务非常简单啊，大家可以看支线的一期视频啊，因为这个支线不绑定主线啊，所以放在支线的一期视频，这个叫如往日时光这个支线。接着来到这个西克斯蒙德的营地，然后大概晚上的时候来找凯瑟琳对话啊。如果你白天过来，他会跟你说到晚上再来找他。
Oh dear, it's turned out nasty again.
I'm here.
Come, I know a place where nobody will.
Where's that?
Stop asking questions and start.
You want to talk here?
You said you wanted privacy, didn't you? And relax a bit. You're as...
How am I supposed to relax?
Come now, Henry. Don't say you've never...
I have, yeah, but it feels a bit weird.
Oh, come now. You don't have to be bashful, even about what I think I see in...
Well, the water is pretty.
Of course it is. So, tell me quickly what you're doing here before you shrivel up entirely and you say Zizka sent you.
That's right. It's about von Burgov's cannon and the Praggers who have it.
Aye, they have it.
We want to steal it.
Have you all gone mad? Do you know how dangerous that is?
I know. That's why Zizka sent me here. I'm supposed to...
So what do you need me for?
Information. When are the Praggers going to take the cannon?
That's what you're supposed to find out, isn't it? But it looks like they got held up for some reason.
Where is the cannon now?
In the upper part of the camp where all the local captains have their tent. They've put up a palisade around the entire hilltop. And what's more, they say the whole camp's gone.
And you think it's in the store?
That's the only place it can be. I haven't seen it anywhere down here.
Do you know anything about the...
Not much. I've heard they call it the Finger of God, and it costs
Who's in charge here?
That's a pretty complicated question. But in a nutshell, they run the whole camp. Sigismund is holed up in... The Cumans are under the command of a fellow called Chertan. Then there is...
What is this Chert?
He's the commander of all the Cumans who marched into Bohemia. Sigismund officially gives the orders, of course. I've met him a couple of times. He's a tough...
Who's this Grossov?
He's in charge of everything here. He's a nobleman. They say he ran up debts and fell out with half the royal court. So, Sigismund... Watch out for him. You know how it is.
This Katz. Who is he?
He's in charge of the Prague Artillery Regiment. You should know him, in fact. It was him and his men who attacked...
That Horison who nearly killed us all.
Calm down. You'll get your revenge soon enough.
Do you have any idea how I could infiltrate?
The best thing would be to join up. There are never enough men. They won't let you go up and see. But down by the shooting range, you'll find a fella they call Crow. He's a corporal in the... He's Katz's right-hand man.
And once I've joined them, what next?
Find out when they're supposed to go to Sedlitz. And once you've got it sorted out with them, and you're gonna all ride out with the...
Well, it all sounds pretty dangerous. If I say the wrong...
If you don't mess up, you'll have 1,000 kisses. But work before. Is there anything else you want to ask?
Do you know anything else about the Praggers that might...
Not really. They're artillerymen, as I said. That's all I know. They drink, play dice, and go to the bar.
What's it like here? Should I be afraid?
Not really. But I wouldn't call it peaceful. You know what it's like. Humans here, Praggers there, all hot-blooded and all hating each other.
Is there anything I should watch out for?
Your mouth, mostly. You know what you like. They get up to a lot of drinking, riding, and although...
Although what?
There's a rumor going round. First, I was worried they were told, be careful.
That's all I need to know.
Get out of the water, then. You've been in there for a... No, I have to admit, you scrubbed up nicely.
As long as it's always free of charge.
Actually, there is something you could do to prepare. But that can wait.
好，这段剧情结束后，凯瑟琳这边是有一个支线任务啊，也就是我们刚对完话就有这个支线任务了啊。然后这个支线任务呢是追踪者，也是和主线单独分开的啊，所以大家看支线那期视频啊。接着我们游戏第2天早上啊，然后过来，然后应征入伍啊，找他对话就可以了。
God bless you, sir.
Are you the one they call Crow?
I'm only Crow to good friends. Or strangers who... Which group do you...
Well, neither, I reckon. But I hope that'll change.
You and a dozen other ne'er-do-wells. I've had fellas pestering. Go and ask Gros... Lord Bottomlucker, I mean. You'll fit in better with his rabble.
Oh, that'd be a waste of my time.
Oh, really? How's that?
Didn't you see me fight Zavish von Garbov recently? It made a...
I don't have time for that kind of thing. But defeating an experienced knight like Zavish...
I could spy for you. I know how to get into all kinds of...
That sounds pretty useful, true enough. But we don't do espionage.
I know about herbs. If you have a sore...
That kind of thing always comes in handy. But we don't need another.
Oh, damn it, is that still not it?
For you to stop hassling me. You're a bit pushy for my liking.
I want to serve the king. Sigismund should take things in hand.
Interesting. Most people in...
Only I'm not most people, please.
All right. We lost a couple of men. You know what? I'll go and see Cat.
Who the fuck are you?
My name's Henry, sir. And I want to enlist.
So you turn up and expect us to drop to our knees and all?
I thought you might want to take a look at it. He may not know when to hold his tongue, but he said he knows about...
Well, if that's true, but we'll have to try you out.
Ah, you're not going on about that stupid charter again, are you?
As many as it takes. Don't tell me you're not fed up with being... So, this is your test, Henry. Either you come back as what? What do you say?
Well, that depends. The harder the work...
Christ, he'll fit right in. He hasn't lifted a finger.
If he helps us get out of here, he can have mine as...
Listen up, then. Some of our men have gone missing. 7 of them. They had a very important cargo they were supposed to take to Sedlitz, but they never arrived.
It seems they were last seen somewhere between Miskovitz and Rabstein. But that was ages ago.
Hang on. Why would they go past Miskovitz?
That's what I don't understand. But you can ask...
Isn't it possible they...
That don't seem likely. We've only been in these...
But the way doesn't go through Miskovitz.
Something bad must have happened to them. But fuck knows.
I don't give a shit what happened to them. They could have been eaten by squirrels for all... There's a very important charter in it.
What if there's more than one charter?
Nothing a yokel like... If there's more than one, just bring me...
And what should I do when I find these fellas?
What do you think? Free them if someone's holding them. Bury them if they're...
What, take down 7 men by...
Do you want to be a fucking soldier or not? All right, then.
And is that all you know? What...
Well, Mishek, one of those 7, came back.
And you're only telling me this now? So question him?
Go ahead and try it yourself.
Mishek was brought back on a cart. Some peasant found the poor bloke unconscious. He's been in the infirmary since then. But you can stop by, maybe the Sawbones will be able to tell you something. His name is Musa.
And let me tell you...
All right, I think I understand.
So what are you standing here for? Try not to get yourself...
好，现在我们要去找那个和穆萨聊天，然后寻找这个失踪的士兵。我们先找穆萨聊天啊，让我们可以得到一些情报。
I'm looking for the local Sawbones. They said I've...
So, you came straight to me. Is that so? In any case, you found your man. Musa of Mali.
Sorry to say this, but you're...
Very busy?
Henry, sir. How?
Big, wise.
I'm sorry, I was just a bit...
I know very well what you meant. I've had such a conversation. Have you never heard of Prester John, or the Christian kingdom of...
I think our parish priest...
Tell me then, how the people in those...
Well, I thought that was just...
And, as you see, it is not. So please, stop staring at me and tell me what you need from me.
Commander Katz sent me. I'm supposed to find the soldiers who went...
Yes, Mishek. He's lying over there, and will remain lying.
But I need to talk to him.
Then, you shall have to wait. When he was brought here, he was mumbling about some wagon on a place called...
Isn't there anything we can do? I don't need him to be here. What if we brew something with mint? That wakes me up.
That is not such... One can make a decoction from Varelian and mint, which is called copper. But it must be very strong.
Hold on. I have something like that here.
And is it a strong enough decoction?
We'll soon find out.
Very well, friend.
这边要准备一个攻击药剂啊。用个强效或者是普通的，不要用弱效的。
Right. We'll see if I brewed it properly.
What's happening?
Calm down, Mishek. How are you feeling?
Like I was kicked in the... Wait. How do you know?
No, we don't have time for introductions. I need to know what happened.
Oh, that... What do you...
What actually happened? Start at the beginning and...
We were riding to Settlers. Me and 6. We were taking some gifts or something. A couple of crates with Karel and Francex talked the others into nicking the stuff and doing a runner, so they jumped me.
So it was your friends who did...
I told them I wouldn't rat on them. But they said they'd make sure. Francex pounced on me and stuck a knife in my belly. But I managed to push. All I can remember is running somewhere. And then I came over all dizzy.
The document you were carrying?
I've no idea. Katz didn't tell us anything, and I can't read.
I need to know where the rest of the men who were riding with you to...
I'm not sure. We talked about Lotta. Listen, will I be all right? I don't feel well. What?
The brew is wearing off, most likely. No, you're not gonna die. But you won't be on active duty anytime soon.
Rest. Yes, I should.
好，我们了解到情报了啊，然后现在这个任务目标就明确了啊，这个位置也明确了，我们要前往这个朗多塔，然后这边有个模仿。来到这边了，然后我们可以看到那边有一个农场，这边也有一个啊，主要是这里面看到没？这里面车的都看到了，那个红色的就是士兵的车，然后我们进去。
A wagon in the proud colors. This must be the missing
很可能
soldiers.
会跟他们打一架
I
啊。
reckon they won't be too pleased to see me. I have to find the painted chest with...
What the fuck are you doing here? Get lost, if you value your life.
Calm down.
Clear off!
Just...
What do you want then?
I've only come for one document. That's all I want from you.
What fucking... Hold on. You mean that... Stopradella? A fella hopes to get his hands on something... Hey! How come you...
I found Mishek, and he told me everything.
Stopradella? So, he survived?
No, not after you. Just to get the charter. He said he can't go back...
Ah, I see.
Why did you quit the...
Unlike battling, we were just fed up with it.
What do you plan to do?
We'll take everything worth anything. With a bit of luck, they'll...
Why did you try to kill Mishek?
Poor wretch. We had to get...
There's no point dragging this...
And you'll leave us...
Go wherever you like.
All right. And you never... Well, God be with you. Huh?
好，然后我们去拿东西啊。
What's that?
就在他的2楼。很可能会有 bug， 然后他跟你打起来啊。然后我们拿的就是这个东西，可以看一下。
If you're going to the camp, watch out.
Get out of here, Mutt. No one wants to hear your barking.
啊，你可以把它们全部处理完啊，也可以不管它。我建议呢，直接解决掉啊，这也有个可选任务，直接就是把它们全部杀完啊。回来之后，我们报告一下任务。
You know.
I've come about that charter.
Have you got it?
Yes.
By Christ, Henry. And the soldiers who were taking it to...
Aye. But they weren't planning to go to...
Horsons.
I took care of them.
Well, well. You might look like that's your mission accomplished then. Here, take our Loffin. And you know what? I think you should get paid right now.
So we can move out from the...
First things first. He gets... Musa, did you hear that? Henry here found us that stupid...
And he dealt with the traitors. Perhaps...
Let them rot in hell.
And what now? Will you head out for...
The sooner the better. Don't tell me you'll miss me.
It is just that... You...
Really? All right, but telling a story like... You too, Henry.
As you command, sir.
Long live the Proggers. At last, I don't have to drink alone.
Alcohol and gambling may have I mean, look at yourself.
You're no saint yourself.
Every creature is beautiful and noble.
You've got a way with words, I'll give you that. All the more reason.
I simply do not want to.
But I fucking do. So come on, Henry.
Nah, why not?
That's the spirit.
Careful, friend. Winning.
啊，这边要玩一局骰子啊，大家自己玩一下啊，输赢无所谓的。可能输了会输的钱比较多。
Shit! How could I have lost?
Glory to the victors.
You bet I will. And now for a drink.
And so St. George hops on his white steed, and he rides to the lake, where he sees a huge mountain with a cave at the bottom. Stench of sulfur, it's wafting from it. And so he shouts at the top of his lungs into the cave and says, "Come out, dragon! I challenge you to a fight!" And so, all of a sudden, the mountain moves, and massive dragon looks down at George and says, "Sir Knight, I accept your challenge, but why the fuck are you shouting up my arse?" I love that, sir. Up his arse.
Sir, you have to come with me quickly. The surgeon too.
Can't you see we're in the middle of serious debate?
No, please, come quickly, before it's too late.
What's going on?
This is Chatan. He leads the Cumans.
He has been stabbed. Тут спасение. Kitchen out the west.
Who did it?
We will not get anything out of him in this state. We must get him to the infirmary before he bleeds to death.
Someone, please explain to me. What the fuck is going on here?
They said they just found him like this.
These two, they were on guard in the tower, and out of the blue they heard a scream.
When his men find out about this, we'll be lucky to not end up in the same position as him.
We've got to move him quickly. He's in plain sight here.
Quick, before it's too late.
I'll help you with him. You two. Go to the gate. Don't let anyone in. You got it?
What are your orders, Lord of Burmlaka?
What do you think? Catch the bastard who did it!
Well, that never would have occurred to me.
Don't make me mad. If your men had done their set...
I'll deal with Aldebert and Radivand.
All right. You search this place and...
Right now? What good can you do there?
Do what I said and don't concern yourself.
Fine. So, Henry, church hands at death's door. Musa, I'd like to hear any...
My suggestions?
Being a commander here is a... Soldiering was different. Kurva. You know what, soldier? I'm gonna go and take...
What am I supposed to be?
I don't know. Anything. Maybe you'll find some...
好，现在我们这边要找一些线索啊，然后我们先看一下这个血迹。
And lo and behold, where might this trail of blood lead to?
啊，这个血迹呢通向了这个边，然后这里有一个开锁器，这也是一个证据。
Could it be I'm not the only one looking to make mischief here?
然后来看看这边的锁。
Aha. So this is most likely where they used the lockpick.
看一下火炮。
Catherine was right. I'll never get such a massive cannon out of here. I have to get cats to move it out of the camp somehow.
地板那句台词应该我点快没了啊，消失了，但是不影响啊。这边有很多火药，应该是。我吃个解酒药剂。那接着我们上这个地方来检查一下这边的容器。
Well, well. So the watchmen were boozing instead of watching. The guards must have seen something from here. If they weren't drinking, that is. If this is how they all guard this camp, we could torch the place to the ground and no one would notice. I reckon I should take another look around Chertan's tent.
好，这边浴盆。
Someone washed off some blood here.
然后这边有染血的小刀。
A dagger in a pool of blood. Jesus, that must be the one Chertan was stabbed with. But there's nothing special about it. It's the kind ordinary soldiers carry. Trying to find its owner will probably be futile.
我们来问一下那两个卫兵。
Good doggy. Good boy.
Was it you who found Chertan?
Aye. Me and my
I need to ask you a couple of...
I don't know nothing.
You really didn't see anything?
Are you deaf? I told you we didn't...
No, I believe you. But that...
Well, it's...
What's possible?
It's possible we...
Oh, Christ. I knew it.
No, we might have just shut one eye. We'd have noticed if anything happened there. But before...
What did you do when you found Chertan?
It all happened so fast. Before we could come to our senses...
Crow?
Aye, but he snapped out of it quick and told us to wait...
How did you find...
I remember we heard someone yelling.
Have you noticed anyone...
There's always someone going in. In fact...
As far as I know...
Him. Gods.
Anyone can be a bit of a twat.
But he out-twats them all. He never stops banging on about the most... I try to tell him I'm not fucking it between you and me.
然后回头这边也还有个卫兵。
How did you find Chertan?
We heard yelling, so we went to take a look, and there was Chertan, crawling in pool.
Before the murder, did you see doing something with the lock?
Nobody went up there the whole night. I'm telling you.
There were two of you on guard duty.
Him? He's the best in the whole camp. Always happy to... The things I've seen, I'd never have dreamt of some of the things.
再把斧头检查一下。
This certainly isn't the murder weapon. It's been here for some time.
好，这边没有，我们再去那边的帐篷。这帐篷有个关键证据。
This is where Chertan lives. That's one serious lock. There must be something important inside.
这个拿出来，然后读一下。
Those Chertan money. Sakra. I doubt I'll find anything else.
然后再回到这个帐篷啊，就是这个帐篷。刚刚我们进来过啊，这一圈然后没东西，然后这里有一个骰子，给他拿了，是格罗扎夫的幸运骰子啊，这个东西拿了，他等到亨利说，没什么要注意的了啊，就是没有什么其他线索了，然后我们再找他谈话。
Right.
Did you find anything?
I found out a lot of things. There's a lot of blood in a tub by the stables. And I found some wine in the tower at the back. Most likely the guard. But you know what's even more? There was a bloody dagger lying and inside, I found a note proving that Grozza...
First of all, you can read? I didn't expect second. And more importantly, don't tell anyone. And we certainly don't. Not until we find more. Let's hope Chertan can tell us something.
Where the fuck have you been all this time? While you lot have been playing with cocks up there, Chertan croaked.
What? Musa couldn't save him?
That fucking sawbone, he took one of his pagan potions.
What the hell are you talking?
That's what I'd like to know. Can someone explain?
Chertan's dead. Not from his wounds. He was poisoned, but he could not be more wrong about the rest.
How dare you, you foreign dog!
Calm down, sir. Go on.
When Chertan was brought here, he was bleeding head. Then I gave him some wine, but what was not usual.
I'd bet it was the wine that killed him. There's lots of poisons you could add to it, and...
You are probably right, my friend.
How come you even have wine?
As I said, I give it to wounded men to ease them. It is not all that common in my country. I tried other alcohol as well, but drinking mead makes my patients worse.
That's enough. Keep an eye on it.
Wait, sir. I have no idea what happened. Chertan was stabbed first, wasn't he?
So? He's in league with someone else?
With one of the half-wits here? I doubt that.
Are you sure you're not trying to...
I beg your pardon.
Don't try that on me. I know very well.
I will happily take an oath. I may not be...
There's no way Musa is to blame. Even if he wanted to kill...
The lad's right.
Might I say a word about...
You can be glad you're not in...
Please, sir. Give me some time. And we won't leave this place until we...
What? But sir, you said we were going to move...
Things have changed a bit since then. Not even a handcart carrying dung will leave the camp till I get...
So I'm supposed to let a murderer go and put up with you...
But sir...
Silence! Musa will remain under guard in his tent. He'll deal with... And my advice to you two is to sit on your asses and twiddle your thumbs.
Where do you think you're going, Henry? And talk.
Why did you stand up?
I don't even know. Maybe it's because he actually listened. You must have got to know him a bit by now, too, huh? It must be clear to you he didn't kill Chertan.
Well, sir, doesn't really matter what I think. But you won't just leave this be.
Could I look on while I'm innocent? If I can't let that happen, then...
What are we going to do?
That's what I'd like to know. We have to find the real murderer as quickly as...
What is this royal...
He's a crown official who makes sure the law's enforced, and Sigismund may not have appointed one yet. And if that's true, Grozov brings him here.
Who is this?
A real big cheese, lad. He owns half, and you don't get that kind of wealth.
You really don't have any on...
How could I? We should...
But Grozov has him on...
And there's no way I can get to him, but you could do it.
Me?
Who else, soldier? I need help. Someone I can trust. and you spent the whole lead. You have to get rid of the guard somehow and get to Musa.
All right. How much time do...
I'm not sure. Grozov will most likely write a report. Then he has to decide what to... I'd say we have...
All right.
Good idea. Grozov and Henry.
现在任务呢是我们要找穆萨聊天，然后调查谋杀案。但是穆萨边上有个守卫，我们去找凯瑟琳帮忙，然后引开。来到任务指示点的凯瑟琳这个位置，然后和他对话，然后选一下这个。
We have to talk.
I hope it's important.
You bet it's important.
All right. You're not involved in...
No. But I have to find...
That old sod.
There's something I need your help.
Oh, what a surprise.
There's a guard posted outside Musa's tent.
That I could use my...
Something like that.
So you rid me of one pig.
I wouldn't ask if it...
All right then. I'll try and I hope he wants.
好，接着我们回去找那个守卫，也就是穆萨的门口。好像已经生效了，他已经不拦我们了啊。那我们直接找穆萨交谈就行了啊。
Henry, what are you doing here? Grozov said...
No, to hell with Grozov. Katz believes you didn't do it.
I truly appreciate that. But I am not sure.
What?
It is a proverb from my country. It means the road...
Well, we'll straighten them all out. What happened when you brought Cheritan?
I already told you everything. We laid him on the table, then I gave him some wine soon after.
And what happened next?
Then the noble lord of...
Did Cheritan say anything?
He tried to, but my Hungarian is not as good.
What about that wine? Could I take a look at it?
Lord Grozov poured it away in anger.
He poured it away?
Evidence that here in Bohemia it smelt and looked. Perhaps it was a...
Where was the wine from, actually?
A bathhouse maid brought it to me along with my clean laundry. Catherine, I think.
Catherine?
Absolutely. But I doubt that she was... The wine must have been...
All right. But what now?
I have done some thinking about the best thing would be to investigate the poison. Every poison, if we discover what poison was used...
But wouldn't it be enough to...
You would be surprised. What is more?
How can we identify the...
That is not hard. I examined the dead body, that is...
And could I help you some? I may not be as learned as you, but I do know how much...
Excellent, my friend. Maybe we can... The first thing to do is to go to... You must remember, in the infirmary, you'll find a chest. You can read.
Oh, pretty well.
Excellent. The chest is locked. But
You have a whole book?
I bought it on my way here. But please, do not mention...
Right. Who do you think killed...
I have no idea. Who do you think is the...
What about Steve?
And he carried Chertan.
I heard so...
I have heard the same.
Well?
I think it must be someone, and I would bet that it was... And because it cannot be you, someone should question them all.
Well...
I am very grateful,
What if we forgot about... You'd be long gone before...
Thank you for the offer, and even if I did get away...
Ooh, I'm sure I'd be terrified.
You have nothing to fear.
Right. I've learned something about poison. Now I should examine Cheritan's body. All right. go. Holy Mary, Mother of God. He looks a bit rudd. I can't see anything. I suppose I'm... he coughed up some blood or... some poison. That's a nasty... Why would someone kill him in the most... Several stab wounds in the back. The murderer definitely knew what he was doing. Almost everything is cut. I can't see anything ripped. Whoever killed him... He looks horribly rigid and contorted. Nothing strange here except the stiffness. And what's this here? Completely rigid. Just like the arms. But, oh, Christ, what a stink! Ugh! He shot himself. I've heard it happens. That'll have to do. He threw up on himself. He had spasms. He shot himself. Warts or lesion. As red as a poppy. I mustn't forget anything. I read that book.
What do you mean?
The potion is called Kiss of Death.
This name means nothing to me. But if you think the symptoms, are you sure it was that put?
Absolutely certain. The murderer couldn't...
All right. Now, we can only hope that...
You said that the suspects are grown...
Wait a moment.
Of course.
First, you should know that I am great, but I cannot stop thinking about how brilliantly... I do not suspect you of terror. It is all... People have just been sitting around for months here. And all of a sudden...
Well, that's a good thing.
Tell me the truth. Who are you?
All right.
I knew it! I could tell straight away.
You're pleased? Aren't you a court?
It was not my first choice.
How did you come to be in Sigismund's...
That is a long story. Although the Osmonds are not that well soon after. Luckily, that is. And I managed to persuade them. I am sure you understand. But let us just say that instead of making me his counselor...
Well, you could go elsewhere.
I am grateful to you, my friend. Because I am a total... I would be very happy to... So I think...
You know nothing.
In this conversation...
I better go and search them.
Good luck.
好，我们赶紧后面的啊，然后我们要调查这几个人的帐篷啊。首先是穆萨本身的帐篷，本身的帐篷就这几个架子，看一遍就好了啊。
Exhaustion, fever, all healing remedies. I wouldn't mind a piece of that. Beautiful, but empty. No poison.
然后看地上它这个毯子，好了，这个就调查完了啊。接着我们跟着任务指示啊，先来这边吧，先来这边。好，来到这个罗罗扎夫的这个帐篷，然后我们调查一下这个草药，就完事儿。然后他这边有制作毒药的一个草药。啊，接着我们来到这个两个地方啊，从这边直接过来。我们先调查最里面那个，调查两个守卫的房间。
Stinks of vomit. Just a broom.
刚刚有点卡顿啊，把这个锁直接开。好，发现没什么。啊，然后我们调查一下这边。检查钉子，检查项目，调查一下水碗，
The water smells of flowers of some
好，
kind.
这边调查完毕。
Roses? Hold on. Nails, rose water.
然后这些证据呢，都是指向了这个乌鸦史蒂芬，也就克劳史蒂芬史蒂芬克劳啊。然后他是制作这个毒药毒死那个人的嫌疑犯。但是呢，我们这边有一个成就啊。这个主线任务呢是有个成就，它的成就是叫斩草除根。斩草除根啊，斩草除根呢是把3名指挥官全部杀了啊。已经死了一个指挥官了啊。这个被毒死的就是那个库曼的指挥官，还有2个指挥官，一个指挥官就是派给我们任务的那个老头，然后另外呢就是那个指挥官呢就叫格罗扎夫啊，就刚刚我们说他房间也有毒药的那个啊。我们要做这个成就呢，就是要把这个格罗扎夫啊，把这个嫁祸给格罗扎夫啊，其实是他杀的，但是呢，我们要跟他去就是讲一个条件，然后我们嫁祸给格罗扎夫，然后明天格罗扎夫就被处死了。但是我们从交谈里面可以发现啊，待会交谈可以发现，他其实不是支持西克斯蒙德的人啊。他是反对西克斯蒙德的人，所以呢，我们肯定会帮他啊。我们来看接下来和他对话的剧情。
I have a couple of questions of my own. What actually happened? Kat said Chertan.
It's even more complicated than that. But I don't have time to
Go ahead and ask then, but quietly, damn it.
Where were you when Chertan was...
Where do you think? In my tent.
You just went off to have it?
No. I doubled the god when something like this happened.
It was you who came to tell us that Sheraton had been...
Me? I was close by, that's all.
Hold on. The 2 guards said they found Sheraton.
Is that what they said? It's possible. And anyway, how am I supposed to...
Are you sure you don't want to...
All right. You want the truth, so I'll tell you the truth.
Me?
You really don't know? You may have been given, but it seems you're a decent fella. So don't...
Tell me more about the story.
What about it? There's a cannon and some powder there. If it blew up, the whole place would be... And if someone didn't happen to set fire to it, someone else might...
Oh, except for you.
Very droll. Aye, but now I'll ask you something.
Well, it's too soon to be certain.
My story?
I don't know.
Well, you better be...
然后再找他对话。
I've been doing a lot of thinking.
What's that got to...
Well, it's just that I found a couple of
No!
Calm down. If I wanted to snitch on you,
Well, let's say...
You know something about the murder.
Maybe a little.
Why would anyone kill...
Maybe it wasn't about Chertan. Maybe...
In the ammunition store?
Trying to...
What? What could...
It might make him very rich. Let's say Sigismund has a lot of enemies who are... And it'd come in very handy if someone gave the king a setback, but there's sure to be dozens of...
I should probably report... Let's say I'm not a great supporter of Sigismund.
Let me finish my work. We can put the blame for Chertan's murder on Grozaf.
What, accusing an innocent man?
Better him than... So...
But there's one condition. The storeroom doesn't blow up until we set off for Sedlets.
Ah, so that's why you're here. All right, I can arrange that. With a bit of luck, we'll be long. But first, we have to get rid of... I have a poisonous plant here. Put it in the chest in his tent.
That won't be necessary. I've been in his tent, and he already...
Really? Christ, there's more to him than meets the... Oh, and don't try...
好，这样我们就达成一致了啊！现在时间还够，我们待会要把时间推到7点之后啊，7点之后。现在已经没其他事了啊，所有证据全部找齐。好，我们来找那个卡茨。时间， 我们选这个啊，审判好了啊，
My word. In the meantime.
准备审判了。这里面要保护穆萨啊。
I understood from your letter roughly what
时间关系，水泽哥会把剧情点快点。
settle the matter quickly and but before we get started,
That's not true. I took a few tattered tents.
Only your soldiers seem to.
There are always problems, but as you can.
Musa is innocent. Christ, Henry, be quiet.
And who?
That is Henry, sir. One of my best soldiers. He just doesn't know when.
Let him speak then. I'm sure he has some. Tell me, lad, why it...
Well, that's simple, sir. That doesn't prove anything.
Do you think I stabbed?
Musa of Mali will remain.
Katz and the boy were drunk. Musa could easily have disappeared.
I find that hard. But if it wasn't.
Chertown was killed by the camp.
What? You scum! Silence! You aren't gonna let this peasant insult me.
That can wait. And start at the beginning.
So Grozov owed Chertown a lot of money.
How dare you?
Are you trying to tell us?
Surely you'll believe enough.
我们找到证据啊，有这个。
Chertown had a letter of debt hidden in his chest. It says Sir Grozov.
You've been rifling through that poor man's things.
But Sir Gross?
Me?
See then? What happened next? You can't...
Yes, sir. There, I gave him wine.
It seems someone poisoned.
Grozov went to the infirmary a little before.
What say you?
It cannot be ruled out.
Well, Sir Grozov,
what? Why are you all still listening to that dung grubber?
You brewed it up yourself. I found lots of valerian, and that's exactly what was used to...
That's enough. You're...
Silence! I've heard more...
Me?
The king will not stand for wrong.
But I didn't do anything.
Don't make this...
Keep away from me.
Calm now, sir. Calm down.
Shut up, you worm. It's all your...
Fuck you, whoreson!
Hey! Ah! Ah!
Well, Sir Stibor, one problem is
都不用我动手的啊。
and another one takes its place.
I wouldn't say... And I apologize...
My head?
What will happen?
That is not your concern.
With pleasure.
As you command. Have I got time to stop by?
All right, but hurry.
好，接着我们赶紧去找凯瑟琳交谈啊，然后再回来找卡斯交谈。
It's happening.
At last.
Tell Zizka everything.
I will. But be careful.
好，告诉之后呢，我们再到卡斯那边和他离开营地。
Should I prepare the infirmary?
All right, I'm ready.
The sooner the better. Deserters. But really, I can't imagine how I'm going to explain.
Well, maybe it won't be so bad.
Just he can't say it. Well, let's leave it. Said let's await.
So the devil jumps in from behind a tree. But Pa, who's already got his blood up, just grabs him by the arm, wrestles him to the ground, and then starts giving the devil such a hiding. The fur is flying off. Wait, fellas. After Pa was done with him, the devil... That's what he says. What the fuck?
好，这边战斗呢，把所有的布拉格士兵全部杀完。
What's Got him! And under my store! Shoot your head off! Here's the last one! Yeah! Smash his face in! I'm sorry. Oh, I hope that's enough.
好的，然后现在我们先找这个乌鸦斯蒂芬来交谈一下啊，让他后面再帮我们。
Well, well. As you can see.
What are you going to do now?
So I have to the first thing I'm going to do.
Wouldn't you rather hang around a while?
Now? When I'm finally...
Oh, you'd make some coin.
And you wouldn't mind?
I think we'd cope.
Shit, Henry. All right. I'll help you.
Thank you.
All right. Just don't stop.
接着找这个莱斯交谈啊，就是把他杀了啊。
You fucking traitor! Calm down, or you'll faint again.
What now?
把他杀了才能拿到成就啊！不要选择这个啊，因为他是指挥官之一。
Commander should fall.
You swine!
然后你可以拿他们身上装备啊，水这个就不拿了，也没什么好东西。这样你就跳那个成就了，然后我们找杰仕卡交谈，然后回去了。
It's done.
What's the matter?
It just doesn't seem right.
Not people, trust me. By the way, who's that fella?
He's called Crow. I wouldn't say he's our ally, but he's against... He killed the Cuman's commander.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, and that's not all. I talked...
I'm sure that'll be a pleasant change from that Brabant has already brought up.
What are they like?
Well, on the way you can...
Yeah, they're soon...
To the task.
Seems like we poked a hornet's nest with that ambush, eh?
We did.
Another reason not to...
Well, we're in luck. Ada's just...
And what about Brabant?
I just don't trust them some.
We'll see how they fare.
Indeed we will. Get ready, and then...
好的，小伙伴们，本期视频就到这里了。下期视频我们将是主线与魔共舞。好的，拜拜。